Welcome to AstroEnergy with astrologer angel Shelley Overton. Hi, and welcome to the AstroEnergy show for November 11th, 2015. That means today is 11/11. And as it's 11/11, I'm looking in the phone lines, and I've got a lot of ones showing up, which means it's Skype calls tonight. But yeah, it's an exciting day. Happy Veterans Day. Keeping people who have fought for the country in mind today. My grandfather was a veteran, and I have multiple family members who are in the service, have been in the service. So I'm thinking about them today, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Sun's going down here in Orlando, Florida. My name is Shelley Overton. I probably didn't say that, but that's what it is. And I'm an astrologer in Orlando, Florida, land of Mickey Mouse and sunshine. And let me tell you, today is no different. It was a beautiful sunny day today, and it's already fall, but you'd never know it being in Orlando, Florida. So anyway, if you are interested in calling in for a reading, I would love to talk to you. The number is 347-994-3365. And so we are going to have a wonderful day today talking about Jupiter and hoping that I don't accidentally sneeze right in the middle of what I'm saying. But anyway, so Jupiter, and then we're going to also do some breakdown of what's going on in the sky, and we're going to take calls. So it should be a good day, and it goes by so quickly these days, but so funny, the first 20 minutes are just me talking, and the last half hour is readings, and hopefully we can get in one before the break. But let's see, I'm just trying to go over any news of this week. I'm actually going to be changing the time next week of the show, and since it is a rather small live audience but a very big archive audience, I think it's going to be better for the show, and I made the decision this afternoon. So if you have a problem with that, please let me know. But most of the people who listen, I have a good portion of the audience who listen in archive, but I like to shake it up every once in a while. That's my Uranus in Virgo right near my sun likes to have things kind of shifted up and clean and fresh. So I'm going to be doing it in the morning at 11 a.m. Eastern on Wednesdays next week, and I think that'll be a really good time so that people on the West Coast can still hear it in the morning, and I can also get an audience in England because they're 5 and 6 hours ahead of us. So I think it's going to be a really good change-up. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go well, we'll change it back, but I think that'll probably be a good shift. So let's see what we have in the sky. So not surprising, Uranus, the planet of change, is right there on the horizon as we speak, and so it's at 17 degrees Aries, and we have a 20-degree Aries rising currently. So that means that he just came up over the horizon, and of course can't see it because I'm looking east and all I see is trees. So pretty soon he'll get up in the sky, and then he'll be there. And I don't think he's very bright in the sky, so we won't see him, but we are seeing Jupiter, and we'll get to him next because Jupiter is in Virgo, and he's the next planet around the chart, and he's at 18 degrees, and from where I'm sitting, he's in the house of work. So Jupiter is about 11 degrees off of Mars, who is at 29 degrees Virgo, and that's pretty cool because 29 degrees Virgo in 22 minutes, which means in the next 24 hours, he's going to be going into Libra. And I know a number of people in my life, actually I'm going to double check that because I've been saying it's the 14th. So I'm just going to double check my numbers here because once again, my micro ephemeris that tells me the exact time of these things is missing until the beginning of the year. And then I will have it again. I can tell you the exact time, but right now it's just by date. So let's see, Mars goes into Libra on the 13th. So 2 days. It takes him 2 days. Think about that. 40 minutes in astrological time is almost 2 whole days. So on the 13th, he goes in. So 2 more days left of Mars in Libra or Mars in Virgo. And Mars at the end degrees of Virgo means that he's wrapping up the story of Virgo, taking action, work projects that were really go, get it done, are winding down. And now he is going to be going into a new sign, and he's going to be making friends and taking partners. So that's a really cool energy. I like Libra energy because it's clear, it's thoughtful, it's cooperative, and considerate. And so the 2 planets, the 2 signs together, Virgo and Libra, are a really nice combination of energy. And so we're looking forward to that. And then, of course, already blazing the trail is Venus. She just went in 2 days ago into Libra. So Venus is enjoying her time there. She rules Libra along with Taurus. But in Libra, she's an air energy, and in Taurus, she's an earth energy. So in Libra, she's about the idea of love and conceptual romance. So, wouldn't it be nice if? And she also likes to balance things, likes things to be balanced. And because she likes things to be balanced, she sees all sides of situations, which make her a great diplomat, but very bad at making decisions. So you may have, and also this is the other thing, because of the triangulation and the air energy, there are multiple suitors on the horizon. So that's kind of fun. Yeah, she's putting out the energy, and she's getting a lot of attention. So we're going into a really strong time of dating and romance and connecting to other people in a partner situation. And, marriage is ruled by Libra, so there could be marriage proposals. We'll see. And let's see. So she's in Libra, and I'm trying to think. I had a thought there, and I can't remember what it was. I was in the middle of some other conversation. So, okay, so getting on to the next planet, Mercury is in 15 degrees of Scorpio. Mercury nitpicking the details. I know you may not realize this about Scorpio, but they are about details almost as much as Virgo, because Scorpio pays attention to the minutia. Think Sherlock Holmes. Great example of Scorpio energy. Detective, psychologist, looking for the nuances, looking for the reasons and the behaviors, and a lot of sociology energy going into that. This part of the chart, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, rules connectedness to others and the mentality. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is kind of like an air energy, but in an earth sign. Libra is an air sign, and Scorpio is a water sign, but is very much about the details and wanting to get to the bottom of things, looking for the mystery. So those 3 signs together are really good for analysis and connection and detail-mindedness. And so, yeah, it's a good time to be really aware and cognizant. And then 19 degrees sun in Scorpio, again, kind of moody, broody, looking for the dark side of things. And this energy, I love Scorpio energy for the ability to see through the BS, but it is also kind of a heavy energy if you let it get to you, because it's a very psychic energy, and we take it on in our bodies. And sometimes, because it's real intuitive, we don't necessarily have the boundaries that separate us from others. And for me, I have a 14-degree Neptune in Scorpio. So Mercury's right on my Neptune, which just enhances my intuitive abilities and also enhances the inability to make boundaries with others, along with the sun in Scorpio. So today also the moon was in Scorpio, and of course I have moon in Scorpio as well. So it's a pretty intense, emotive day. And then we have Sagittarius Saturn, and so he's at 5 right now, squaring the 7-degree Neptune in Pisces, and splitting the difference is a 13-degree Pluto in Capricorn. So Pluto in Capricorn is kind of balancing out the Neptune-Saturn energy, and it's incorporating power plays. So, and along with the 3 planets in Scorpio, Pluto rules Scorpio, and he is in sextile to all three signs right now. The moon right now is at 20, and he's at 13, which is a 7-degree arc, and I do 8-degree arcs for aspects. So it just makes it easier. Everything's 8. That's all there is to it. So if you don't know what that means, it just means that any planets within 8 degrees, one way or the other, whichever side of the exact, means that they're in that aspect. So right now, sextile is 60 degrees apart, and it is, what is it? And I got to do my math, 1/6 of the zodiac chart, because it's 360 degrees in a circle, in a wheel, divided by 60, which is 6 times. So that's how you get that number. And let's see. Okay, so Pluto here in the Eastern time zone is right at midheaven. So politics and secrets and government and authority figures are in the spotlight right now. We're coming up on news hour in this time zone, so it'd be really interesting to see what's going on in the news right now. And then, there's all that energy with the Pluto planet, or the Plutonic planets, Scorpios, so Sun, Mercury, and Moon. So that's probably, and here in the Eastern time zone, that is in the house that Scorpio rules because of the Aries rising. So that means that it's even more added energy to things that are hidden. So I wouldn't be surprised if something comes out, maybe even sexual politics coming out right now with Saturn and Sagittarius in the 8th house. So, yeah, Sagittarius definitely is a very sexual sign. If you have Scorpio on the horizon, you've got Sagittarius in the next house, which is the manifestation of the energy that we come in with Scorpio, and that would be Scorpio rules sex and the sex organs. So Sagittarius takes action and moves forward with that. So, yeah, definitely sex coming in right now, in the East Coast anyway. So let's see, we have, and my computer decided to put itself to sleep. There we go. Okay, so Neptune, and then back down to Aries. Neptune's in the 11th house, intuition around friendships right now, and that's the East Coast, again, East Coast time zone. And then we have the South Node in Aries and the North Node in Libra. South Node bringing in energy from I want what I want when I want it, and Libra trying to work towards cooperation. Okay, so let's see what we have about Jupiter. Wrote some notes here, and I'm sorry, I'm a little congested, so I'm trying to mute it when I have to clear my throat. But hang on one second. Okay, so Jupiter is a planet of expansion. I've said this multiple times, but again, repetition helps you understand and learn. That's like a major part of my radio show, is trying to teach people about astrology. I just love it, and I'm hoping to teach you as well. So Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and he is currently going through the sign of Virgo. Now, I think I've had a show about Jupiter and Virgo, so I'm not going to I'll bring it up, but it's not going to be about Jupiter and Virgo and how, all the Virgo energy. It's more about Jupiter and what happens during his transit. And, of course, Virgo's part of that, so we'll touch on it. But it's more about what I wanted to talk about was when he goes retrograde next year. So Jupiter going direct immediately coming into a sign will expand the energy of that sign. So he's very happy-go-lucky energy, and there are some signs that are happy-go-lucky, like Gemini or even Pisces in its own way, and some that aren't as happy-go-lucky, and usually they are the earth signs. So Virgo can be very pragmatic and stick in the mud if they're in their negative energy. In the positive energy, Virgo can be very helpful and altruistic and help people and be very loving towards others. So when Jupiter comes into this sign, obviously you're going to expand whatever energy is there, whether it's good or bad. So it brings out altruism, it brings out charitable natures, it brings out service, work, military, because the military is a service-based organization. And then it also expands the negative, so we can get I don't even know what the word is, like hypochondriacal. I'm making words up. So you can end up feeling like, you could be a little OCD about germs. Things are, coming up and you're starting to go, oh my gosh, it's everywhere. Like personally, on my Virgo, I've got a water issue I'm still dealing with in my rental house, and I have well water, and it's not something I would drink. I just don't trust it. So I had the water lady come out today, the Culligan water lady, not the Culligan man. But Neptune goes direct this week, so it's right in alignment with having clear, good water because of Neptune. So I digress. But so having that need to have clean water and things that are healthy in my environment, that's an example of Jupiter in Virgo, and Virgo in general, but Jupiter expanding that energy. So again, a lot of times when people call in, I say, well, Jupiter's in Virgo, so obviously you've got a lot of work, and Mars was there, but Jupiter's going to expand your desire to travel with that altruistic intent, with wanting to help people, wanting to help other cultures, because Jupiter is about other cultures, foreign affairs. So you're going to expand that. And then coming up on January 8th, which isn't that far away, Jupiter goes retrograde at 23 degrees and 14.3 minutes. So Jupiter is racing through this sign. I think I'm trying to remember when exactly he went in, because, it's all really a big event when he goes into a sign. And then once he's there, it's like, oh, yeah, when was that? It was August 11th. So August 11th, Jupiter was in Virgo. And he went all the way to in January, he'll go all the way to 23. So today he is at 18 degrees. So and then I want to get this in, when he retrogrades, or goes back direct, he retrogrades all the way to 13 degrees and 15.4 minutes. So when he started that degree, it was, let's see here, 13 degrees, and it was the 13th of October. How interesting is that? October 13th is when he hit that degree. So from October 13th until May of next year, we will be dealing with whatever issues we initiated in that timeline. That means that we have this optimism towards what we're going to start in the work environment. And then when Jupiter retrogrades, that's when we have difficulty. So what are we going to have difficulty in? We're going to have difficulty in communications, which is Virgo. Probably some electronics throwing their little 2 cents into the mix. There may be accidents because Jupiter is an action-oriented sign. Virgo is an action-oriented sign, but Jupiter is about the physicality, and Virgo is about the meticulous nature and also can be accident-prone. So I would venture to say there could be some accidents, potential accidents, that derail what your intent is. And quite honestly, that's when I had my stair accident where I fell on the stairs and then I hurt my lower back. So, there's probably going to be, 7 months of dealing with this on one level or another, which is unfortunate. But when it hits the degree that it was when something happened, and I have to look it up for myself because it's been about 3 weeks, so just past that point of no return there. So that will reinitiate some issues surrounding those events. So look from October 13th, look in your schedule, in your calendar, in your diaries, see what's been going on in your life. What have you been doing? What have you been thinking about? That's what you're going to be living with for 7 months before it finally moves forward and you wrap up that energy. Now, next May 9th is, June, July, August, September. So 4 months away from Jupiter going into Libra. So what happens with the signs, and this is part of the progression in astrology of the process of what it's about, which is why I wanted to speak about this. The planets go direct, and then they go retrograde, and then they go direct again. And there's that window of time where they're forward, then backward, then forward. So you experience an issue, it gets initiated. Then you go back over it when the planet retrogrades and you rework it. And then when it goes forward again, it goes back over at a final time, and that's when it is culminated. So we have the initiation, the redo, and the culmination. So that's why I want you to look between now and January. What's going on in your world? Because when that planet goes retrograde back over those degrees, when it hits that point, that degree of something major happening, and it will be major, most likely. Jupiter is a very expansive energy, so it's going to be a large theme in your life, and it can be around school, education, spirituality, travel, foreigners. Those are the main top 4 energies of this with Jupiter. And then, of course, work. So wherever it falls in your chart, that's where the theme hits. And so last year we were dealing with the Uranus-Pluto themes, which is Capricorn and Aries. Wherever that was in your chart, that's what you were dealing with. This year we're going to be, or this coming year and the end of this year, we're going to be dealing with the Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, T-square energy. And if you have Gemini, you'll be dealing with it as well because that balances out the T-square. So those are the areas of your chart I'll be looking at when you call in and say, I don't know, what do you see? So let's see, is there anything else I wrote down here? Yeah, it's about lessons. And so really when you look at your chart, you see those areas of your life. That's that area. When the planets hit, it's a transit, which means it's transient, which means it's not going to last. It's a temporary event. The only time it usually doesn't go away is when it happens in a strong Saturn cycle or a strong Capricorn cycle or something maybe Piscean or Neptune, because those are the ones that have to go over and over and over things and don't let it go. They chew on it and chew on it and chew on it, along with Scorpio at times. But Pluto tends to be, okay, I'm done. And the thing with Pluto is it'll go and go and go. And then when it changes, it's done completely. It's like, I've had enough. I've done everything I can to make it work. And now it isn't working, so I'm done. And you're on to the next thing. So when you say a Pluto transit, those are very strong shifts in your world. And you really don't go back to the way you used to be. You have a complete life shift, mental shift, outlook shift, ideology shift. So anyway, generally, I guess what I was just saying, my point is that it's going to be a process, and our lives are a process. And when you see planets in your chart, those planets bring out that energy of your chart. And, 5 years later, you have other planets that are bringing out other energies in your chart. So it's a transient thing. And I think the reason I bring that up is because I just want to encourage you that I know that there are a lot of difficult times, but hey, if you just wait long enough, it will go away. And I just want to give a big shout out in the chat room to Mr. Aloha J. I don't know if he's still there. I hope he is there. And hey, Aloha J, long time no see. Been hearing you around the internet, so I was like, oh my gosh, he hasn't shown up in so long. So it's good to see you in the chat room and listening in. Anyway, okay, so let's go over to our phone lines and see who we have before the break real quick here. So we have 780. Hi, 780. Who is this?
It's you-know-who.
Aloha, Jay.
Aloha, Jay. You heard me on the internet. What's going on here?
That's amazing. I don't even know if I have your phone number anymore. I'm sorry, what did you say about the internet?
You heard me. I was like, well, how'd you hear me?
Yeah, you were on Jorianne's show. She's become your new buddy. I love her. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's cool, yes. I know what you're talking about. I did a presentation on drumming, I think. And also,
yeah, it was awesome.
Yes.
I was like, oh, there's Jay. He's on the air. So, there you are. Okay, I've got you. So what can I do for you today?
Hey,
what's
I just wonder what's happening for Aries. Well, just Aries thing, because I'm actually going to embark on a real interesting journey.
Oh, yeah?
With the yoga intensive for like 7 months, so which will change a lot of things for myself.
Oh, my goodness. That's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. So what's happening with Aries regarding that change? Because it seems I'm how do you say it? I am being not pushed by the universe, but I'm going in a direction to release maybe some stuff or do some stuff with it. So I just wondered.
Oh, absolutely. No, you have Jupiter just past your Pluto, and of course Jupiter's not going to get quite back to Pluto, but he's definitely going to get within 1 degree. So, for you, everything from mid-October also is going to be your theme. And right now your Jupiter is, the only reason I bring this up and I'm not immediately saying Aries is because this is pretty profound too, because you have Jupiter on your midheaven within 7 degrees. So, you're like right there at the precipice waiting to change, and Mars just went over the threshold, and Jupiter's going to hover right there in those last degrees because it'll be 2 degrees off in May of next year when he finally gets out of that retrograde and moves back. So, so that whole section of your chart is being triggered. Now, Aries, Uranus is at 17, just over the cusp, and that's why, for the listening audience, that's why you were asking, because Uranus just went into your house of romance. So, and also creativity, of course. So Uranus is that genius, that inventor. So now is a really fabulous time for inventions and, getting it going. I should qualify that because Uranus is still retrograde through the middle of December. So you have just a little bit of time left, about 4 weeks, and then he'll be off to the races. And is this an entrepreneurial venture?
This intensive, yoga intensive?
Mm-hmm. Is it going to culminate in something that you're going to do, are you going to become a yogi?
Well, basically for 7 months I will be, but it actually has to do something with shamanism, actually. So I'm just really excited about that. Yeah, the aspects of shamanism. Yeah. Oh,
that's awesome. No, that Earth energy with Jupiter up there in Virgo is going to be wonderful for that. And you have natal Uranus up in Virgo as well, and your moon is in 0 degrees Virgo. So you've got a lot of that healing energy. So if it's shamanic, that's awesome because that's all that Virgo up there in your house, the Jupiter house, the Sagittarius house, which is the 9th house. So, yeah, it should be a really good time for you. You've got all the Scorpio energies right on top of your Neptune as well. And so you're going to be, well, when do you go? Because you're lit up kind of like a Christmas tree for your intuition right now.
Yes, it is actually. It goes in January 1st to July, I think. 7 months. Yeah, 7 months. So.
Oh, does it? Okay, wonderful. So you've got a good long time. I think it's right in alignment with the Jupiter retrograde, actually, and it'll be hitting all those heavy hitters. So it's going to be a life-changing event for you. I mean, it's going to be triggering your Virgo energy, and you've got Uranus and Pluto conjunct there in Virgo, and Jupiter retrograding really. So what I see in your chart is that the last year has really been, and even the last, since August, so what is that, last 3 months, Jupiter flew over those planets for you, and it just really awakened all that energy in you. Have you noticed more of a heightened, gotta do it now, life change, moving forward, can't take it anymore kind of thing?
Yeah, especially that, in a romance area too. Just like, okay, I gotta start looking here and find out where this is. And so nice. It's like, okay, sharing, with spiritually like-minded people, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. So so you're going to continue to do that, and definitely with Jupiter, it's traveling. Where is the intensive at?
It would be one-on-one with my teacher, who's actually in another province. So.
Okay. Are you traveling, or are you going to do it over Skype? You're going to travel there?
No, I'll probably do it over Skype, but I guess see how this works because I'm already doing a sinus too, so I got to figure out how that's going to play into it. So. Okay.
Well, definitely something's coming in, I think, for change, like a move. You definitely have, it might not be until next year with Jupiter on the midheaven, like the final, okay, now I've got to go somewhere else. But, you've got Uranus just out of your house of home and family, which can also trigger like, it's time to move on and make a change around the house. So do you feel any of that? It's a clarifying, like next month it will be stronger, of course, when it goes direct. But it's kind of like, okay, need to clean, need to move on and change out that energy. Do you feel that at all?
Yeah, like for myself, my dad and I haven't been talking a lot, so for a while, and that's kind of hurting actually. So I might have to move on. I might not. So
are you living with your father or vice versa?
No, my dad actually is living still with his wife, and
okay.
They've kind of like separated, like they don't talk to me or something like that. But it's a codependent relationship, basically what they have. And what happens is that I must have said something wrong or did something, I don't know, sure, but I might not even see my dad until he passes on. It might be the sad story. But, yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, well, I'll definitely send some positive thoughts your way and everything
Thank you.
To help you. Yeah, that's sad. You know what? I understand parental issues, and I have some too. But you know, the older we get, it's kind of like it's more. You're more aware that this is a finite thing, and then it just kind of like shifts how you look at them. And I'm kind of in that phase now of trying to figure out how to relate as a different maturity level, you know, and they're growing older, I'm growing older, and now it's not you're the little kid and they're the teacher. It's kind of shifting, you know. So, well, it's so good to talk to you and good to hear from you again. I'm glad you came back and gave me a ring. I could talk to you.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I always love talking to you. I just thanks for listening to that show I did with Dorian,
Dorian.
Too, so,
yeah. Well, she's awesome, and you're awesome, and I'm glad that you're expanding your horizons there, too. So, well, definitely don't be a stranger, and I'll talk to you again soon, okay?
You too, and thanks so much for your blessings and love. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Great. All right, take care, Jay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're going to take a 1-minute break, and we've got some calls, and I can't wait to get to them, so we'll see you in 1 minute. In these days of stress, running around, responsibilities, we all need a little place to go to make it all better. Is that place sports, football, or maybe you like to garden, paint, or just listen to music? Wherever your happy place is, you can find a shirt or mug to reflect that happy place. At myhappyplace.rocks, we have a variety of lifestyle products, including iPhone cases, pajamas, and pet items, all with beautiful, colorful designs, which help us go to our happy place. Stop by on the web for great gift ideas for others and yourself. myhappyplace.rocks. Lenny Pickett appears courtesy of Random Act Records. Check them out at randomactrecords.com. Hey, and welcome back. My name is Shelley Overton, and you are listening to the AstroEnergy Show on Blog Talk Radio. If you would like to get a reading from me, just go to astrologer.angel and go to the readings tab, and that's where you'll find me because I love to do readings, and I'm anxious to talk to you. So let's get back to our phone lines, and we have another friend of the show, and I'm so excited. Yay. Hang on a second. There we go. Hello. Is this Susie?
Well, hello, Miss Shelley.
Hi, Susie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, my gosh. I was just, like, chasing the animals around because I opened the door to let the dogs go out, and the cat took off out the door, which makes the dogs chase the cat. And I have this huge honeysuckle that, like, is across probably half of our privacy fence in the backyard.
Oh, pretty.
And the cat runs under that because the dog chases her under that. I get the dogs back in the house. Oh,
that's so funny. You're reminding me of some kind of childhood nursery rhyme. The cat chases the dog. The cat chases the dog. The dog chases the cat. Like,
the bad part is the cat has never been out of our yard, and since we've had her anyhow, because she showed up at my door one day, but that was like last Christmas. But anyhow, she's never been out of our yard, and she looked like she was going to jump up the fence. I'm like, oh please don't, Sasha. And then I grabbed her and came in, and I said, no, you need to stay in the house.
Aw, wow, I'm glad you caught her. Yeah, I know cats. I had a cat for 18 years, and I'm allergic to animals with fur, but I had her for 18 years because I just love animals, and she got lost like for a whole week one time. We didn't know where she was, and apparently she had gone into a neighbor's garage, and they were leaving for a vacation. They were gone all week, and she got stuck in the garage. And when they got back home, there she was, came home. I don't even know how she survived, but, yep. Yep, cats are little funny creatures, aren't they?
They are. I got to close my front door, but now the dogs are alerting me that there's somebody across the street. Oh, no, they live there.
Oh, my. Yeah. Oh, well, it's so good to hear you and to talk to you again. I don't get to talk to you very often, but I've talked to you twice this week, and I'm excited. I just want to tell the audience that you do this wonderful thing, and I'm probably not going to get the name right. So it's toning. What is it called? What's its full title?
It's called toning. It's
it's just toning. I thought maybe there was more to it.
It's a vibrational energy healing. And I just use I can't sing a tune, but it's a hum, and you know, it was kind of neat. I can't say that I developed anything or that this was it just happened one day, and God kind of showed me the way, and it's a vibrational healing. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I just want to tell the audience that you helped me yesterday because I was still having pain from my trip, and also I was carrying a box out on Halloween to the shed, and I leaned back to balance it and hurt my lower back. So I ended up going to an acupuncturist. I told you all this yesterday. I'm telling you this now. I went to an acupuncturist, and she moved it up to my shoulder blades. She helped it down below in my lower half of my body. Then it moved up to my neck, and I was in such pain. And we did a toning yesterday and over the phone, and it helped so much. It was like pretty much gone after that call. So you're amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. But it's not me. I just got to sing along.
You're a channel. Yeah, that's awesome, though. So thank you, and I'm glad you called in, so now I can return the favor. So what is it you want to look at in your chart?
Oh, well, there's just, I am not really sure.
Oh, okay. You want me to just give you some info?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. You have a 13-degree Pluto transiting your first house. And I don't know how much you understand. I don't want to.
I don't, so please help me along.
Okay. Well, Pluto is life expansion and change. And in Capricorn, it's about the change of structure. And in your first house, which is the ego, it's about changing who you are as a person and your ideology. And major shifts happen in your life. Fortunately for you, Pluto already cleared your moon at 7 degrees and your rising sign at 5. So you had a big old shift, I would say, about 2012 time frame. And after, somewhere between 2011 2012, there was like, boom, a whole different ideology going on with you. And then you don't have another huge shift until the end of this decade coming up. But I'm telling you because you are affected by it. Every time Pluto goes direct or retrograde, you're going to feel it. And you're going to, you'll probably have some shifts in how you think, and maybe even also because it rules the skeletal structure, you'll feel things in your bones. You'll just kind of know, and you might be one of those ones who feels weather changing in her bones, or maybe has mild arthritis. I don't know. The bones and the tissues, the cartilage, you're affected by that. And hopefully in the first house you won't have as much issue with it. I know when you have Capricorn in the second, it's the body and physical structure. You're more prone to those kind of things. But in the first house, it's more about how you see yourself and how you see your place in the world and your ego and your value of who you are. And let's see, I don't know why I got on a tangent about that, because that isn't necessarily where a lot of the planets are, but I guess to me Pluto in the first house is pretty profound. So, and it can be uncomfortable because it brings out your fears too. Let's see what else is. Oh, so the Virgo Pisces energy for you is affecting you in education and speech and communicating with others. So you're starting to come into this time of wanting to really express yourself and be much more out in the public eye with things. And I know you've had your radio show too, and I thought you started that over again, but I never see any links to that. Do you have it now or not?
I haven't for over a year.
Okay, I think we talked about that again 6 months ago when you were on.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, but I guess I feel like that's still a part of you, looking at your chart. You know, Uranus, which is the radio, is going through your house of communications. Right now it's retrograde, but mid-December, of course, it's going direct, and that means that right now it's holding back, but when it goes direct, it'll start to move forward, and you'll start to feel a little more entrepreneurial again, and maybe wanting to teach a class. Or do you teach classes at all?
I haven't for a long time. I've kind of been taking care of me real well lately.
Good. Yeah. And that's the Pluto in your first house and Uranus in Aries going through your communications house. Yeah, I know. And that's the other thing is like the hair aspect of your and that's another thing. Saturn is in the first house. So you do, your day job is a hairstylist, right? And
right.
Tell me, what do you want to be called? What do they call you now? Because, are you a stylist, a designer, or...
I'm a hairstylist.
Hairstylist? Okay.
If we wanted to get really technical, I'm a master artisan.
Oh, wow. Aren't you fancy? I believe that about you, though. Saturn and Capricorn in the first house, you know your stuff. You know it. And you also have a couple, and Uranus is in Leo, which is about hair as well, in your natal chart. And now you have Uranus transiting in Aries, which rules the first and rules hair and the head. So a lot of energy going on for you around that. So there's some kind of life shift going on with regards to that. And I would venture to say, if you aren't teaching, you should be teaching, because Jupiter just entered your house of higher education, and Uranus is down there. As soon as it goes direct in December, like I said, I think you're going to want to be out there teaching, and then Mars and Venus are going to be in Libra, and there's a connectedness. You want to connect to others. There's some kind of balance dynamic going on between Uranus and then Venus-Mars. So definitely you might want to think about teaching some classes, whether it's toning or hairstyling or coloring. I don't know why I'm getting coloring, so I don't know if you do coloring, but you might want to do that.
See, and, I've been doing hair for close to 30 years now, and while I'm happy doing it, and I enjoy doing hair, it's not my love anymore. Yeah.
Well, you've changed.
I don't love it anymore. I like it, and I have fun when I go do it. But I'm not in love with it. I'm not passionate about it anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, I do feel a want to change that. And really, I only work part time. I always tell everybody I'm semi-retired.
Well, that's awesome. Man, it's good work if you can get it. Oh, that's awesome.
So, the communications, and I know you had said something about that. That's kind of like peaking up there for me, communications, because I do, I'll just lay it right out there. I do communicate with higher realms, and that's really where my passion, my heart burns for that.
Well, then that's actually where you need to be focusing this energy. And, of course, with Jupiter and Virgo, it's about the pragmatic side of expansion and the altruism associated with that. I think I know you were doing the veterans, I guess I want to say charity is a charitable work with veterans. And that could also be triggered some more as well with Jupiter and Virgo being the connection to the military. And then it's up there in the spiritual energy too. And it's really interesting. I seem to be drawing in different people who are interested in helping veterans, and it's really awesome. So that's part of
cool.
it. And your son's in the military, right?
Well, he's out now, but he does have PTSD, and he also has a traumatic brain injury. You know, so yeah, you know, and he's funny because he's like, yeah, Mom, whatever, you know, he's 23. So, you know, but that doesn't mean that I don't work on him anyhow, and he just doesn't, you know, he's just like, yeah, Mom, whatever.
You just gotta love that, you know. It's like
I know.
The same way. It's like, yeah, you know, okay, whatever. Yeah, flaky.
Mm-hmm.
My son thinks I'm a little flake, but whatever. I'll just go, you know what? Someday you'll turn 50 and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. She was so right on.
My mom knew so much.
Yep.
Who knew? So much smarter than I thought.
I know, exactly, right? Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of your energy is, well, you've also got all the Scorpio energy, the Sun, Moon, and Mercury up there in your house of career, and that's also the deep feeling, passionate side of you. And Saturn's in, you know, everything in your chart's looking towards expansion with spirituality and helping others. Saturn's in the 11th house of humanitarianism and travel, and again, Sagittarius is spirituality. So if you're thinking of doing something, I would say after December, when Uranus goes direct, you could teach or write. Writing a book would be a good use for your energy as well. Anything that would get your voice heard in one way or another.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I appreciate the phone call. I was going to get to a couple more calls and actually one email, but you're awesome, and I really, really appreciate all you do. And what you did for me yesterday
awesome too. And can you just put me put me on because I'm going to be in the kitchen now and I want to finish listening to the rest of the show, and this way I can put you on speakerphone, and if you just mute me.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Well,
see you later,
Suze. Have a great day. We'll talk later.
Bye. She's so wonderful. What a great spirit. Anyway, okay. I have an email that I didn't get to last week, real quick, and stay in the line because I'm planning on getting others, so don't hang up. But, you know, I've got some people in the queue. I just want you to know I'm going to do my best to get to you right after this. And we got about 13 minutes, so it should be okay. I have a lady named Jill who was a listener, has been a listener, and can't call in at this time of day, but wanted a 50th reading. And I apologize if I outed you on your birthday there, but her birthday was on the 5th, and I just completely forgot to do it last week. So I am going to do this reading real quick here for her and let her know what's going on, and then I'll get back to the call lines. So Jill, you've got a Sagittarius rising 2 degrees, and that, of course, means Saturn is just over the cusp into your first house. So you've just felt a lot of that energy shift for you in the last few weeks, and much more happy, much more action-oriented. You've got a 4-degree Mercury in Sagittarius, just over the cusp as well, and Mars in Sag, and Venus in Sag. So you got a lot of Sagittarius energy, but the quicker-moving planets. So that means that when Mercury transits and goes retrograde, you're going to feel it more strongly because it's right on the cusp of your horizon when you were born, right below the horizon at the moment you were born. So Venus and Mars were also right there, and so they are 6 degrees apart and very close in cooperation. So you, a lot of times, I mean, looking at your chart, you really can fulfill your need within relationships. That the Venus and Mars, when they're next to each other, means that they act in tandem, and a lot of times people with a Venus-Mars conjunction don't need the relationship per se. Other people need to be in a relationship, and they don't always need to be in a relationship because they pretty much have balanced out the masculine and feminine in their nature, and then they just act on their own behalf, both masculine and feminine. So desire and action. So if you are looking for a partner, I would say Gemini could be good for you. And you've also got Cancer in the House of Marriage and Partnership, but I wouldn't necessarily say a Cancer would be the best option for you, although you do have a Jupiter in Cancer at 0 degrees. But you have Saturn in Pisces. I would say possibly a Pisces. Aries could be good because that's a fire energy as well. Or somebody born in late March, not late March, but third week of March, right around the cusp would be a good energy for you. That would be a really good energy. If you're looking to settle down and have I don't know. I don't have you on the phone. I don't know if you are in a relationship or not. It's been a while since we talked. So you have Jupiter on the midheaven on your Pluto. This is a really, really big year of shift for you. You have Pluto at 17 Virgo, Uranus at 18 Virgo. So, of course, in your chart, Uranus just went past Pluto. And then Jupiter is triggering that. So it's a humanitarian energy. It's a altruistic, service-based energy in your house of career. In life purpose, you're being called to action. Everyone in the early 60s who have this Uranus-Pluto conjunction in Virgo are being called to take action. For you, it's in your career. It's a life purpose issue now, and Jupiter is expanding that over the course of the next year, hitting those 2 points in your midheaven, like I said, between January and May of next year is going to be a really strong time of awakening for you with this energy and needing absolutely to get on with your life purpose. This is what this year is about for you. Saturn in your first house saying, snap to attention. You have a spiritual quest, a spiritual path. The Pluto-Uranus conjunction in Virgo squaring Sagittarius, it's right in the middle between your Mercury and your Venus-Mars conjunction as far as squaring. So you don't get a direct hit, but you will feel it over the course of the 5 months in next year that I was talking about from January to May. So at that time, that's when you're going to have a real strong shift in who you see yourself to be and how you're going to manifest and take action on it. And it will absolutely come to fruition by next June when Saturn hits your, actually it may even be sooner than that because Saturn's going to hit and then he's going to go retrograde. And let's see when that is. Got to put my glasses on for that one. Saturn gets to 23. Oh, no, he retrogrades before he gets to 23. So that'll be in a little over a year. You'll feel that really strongly when he gets to your Venus-Mars. That could be a time of meeting another partner as well coming up in the future through travel, fun, or activities, and also spiritual endeavors and education. All of this Sagittarius energy. So anyway, that's about all I can fit in today for this reading. If you want a bigger reading, just let me know. I give discounts for birthday readings. I take, 10% off of a regular reading. And I wish you, again, happy birthday. I'm glad you contacted me, and I hope it was a good one. You'll have a very amazing year this year. A lot of stuff going on for you. Okay, so that being said, we're going to go on. And now let me see. Okay, I think it's this one. 954. Have I talked to you?
No, not yet, Shelley. Oh. This is Pam. I've been waiting.
Hi. Awesome.
Hey.
Okay, so
right?
Yeah, let me look real quick here. Pam, yes, I got you right here. So what can I do for you?
First of all, I wanted to get that lady's name that you were saying does phone energy reading.
Yeah, her name is Susie Hendricks, and oh my gosh, it's SuziHendricks. And Susie, I hope you don't mind. If you're still listening, Susie's in the chat room. If she could just put her information in. She's on Facebook. If you look up Susie Hendricks.
Oh, on Facebook? Okay, I'll check her out. Thank you.
Yeah, and she might be able to do something through that. But, yeah, I don't have her personal information or her website handy, so maybe if she's listening. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going through a real rough time right now. I think I'm going to have to downsize because my financial situation has gone from really bad to worse in the last 6 months. And where I would have to go is in the same place where I live, but it's definitely not my first choice, but it's the only availability. That's one thing, and I have to make a decision on it. And I have a very painful condition that doesn't seem to be getting resolved. That's another thing going on at the same time.
Right.
And just got word that several of my family members have some serious health issues. So I'm very bogged down and very.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. That's never fun. And I know we've talked about some of these issues before too.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought in Virgo was going to give me expansion in my 4th house.
Well, it is. And like I said, it gives expansion. If there's a health issue, it can, what it does is it intensifies it. And it also can, in the intensification, can motivate you to do something different than you've done before. And in this case, the square between Saturn and Virgo is definitely going to be where you're aiming for a resolution. Now, Sagittarius Saturn is in your house of health, the Virgo house, and Mars is going into Libra, which means there could be some help from a partner or someone else that you don't know about, family member, like partnering with family member, because you also have Neptune in Libra. I also want to caution you, this is what I'm getting, that you can be codependent to family members, and you take on their energy, especially with Neptune in the house of home and family, and it's in Libra. So,
around me?
Pardon me?
I don't have any of them around me at all. I'm on my own.
It doesn't matter if you have them around you. If you know about it, you can take on the energy, because universal energy, it transcends space and time. It's energy. Everything is in the now, and if you know about it psychically, you can take it on. And especially with the Neptune in Libra, Libra is a very social-driven, social worker energy, and you want to help everybody. That's your nature. Part of the problem, and I would think that when Saturn was going through Libra, it was in Virgo and then it went in Libra. Libra was a really hard time, followed by Scorpio, of codependence, of like having to face those issues. So you've already gone through the Saturn there, and that should have been kind of a wake-up call. So now with Jupiter, it is expansion, it is fortune, but it's a transition, and you have to listen to what it's trying to tell you. It's trying to say, especially with the Virgo energy, you need to start standing on your own and taking care of yourself, because you're putting in the oxygen mask on others before yourself. So, I don't know how else to express it other than when you
really getting any help from out as much as I need from the outside. You know what I mean? Like,
have you been asking?
Oh yeah, a great deal. I've gotten some help.
Okay.
But it's not enough to get me, move where I need to be. As far as the finances, do you see an upswing in that coming in any time? Because I'm really
I think in the next couple of days, Mars into Libra. Libra, it's an air energy, and air energies kind of make the stock market freak out a little bit. But it is the social worker energy, which means that you could be getting some help in that regard, because it rules money.
I'm getting a little bit there, but
Venus is in Libra right now, so that may be some, and it's 1 degree off of your Neptune. And with Mars, so what's happening is Venus, Mars, and Jupiter are all transiting that house towards your Neptune. So you got another year before Jupiter hits your Neptune, but really you are moving towards a more idealistic situation. Okay, but it's going to take time, and you have to work the process. You've got a lot of planets. You've got 6 planets right now still in Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. And this time, I completely empathize with this, because it's like we just got over it with Saturn, and now all the quicker moving planets moved into that area of the chart. So you are wrapping up the process, but it's going to take probably another year and a half to really culminate in something like the way you truly want it. But it is happening, okay? Your Jupiter is going to be moving towards that, but Virgo you're in a Chiron energy with Virgo and Chiron for your chart in the home and family. So, it's going to be some of the health issues. But the square is Saturn's telling you got to start taking ownership of your own health and working what you can do, like physical action. You need to take physical action, okay? Can't stress that enough. Physical action meaning walking, running, exercise, and also seeing people.
I'm working hard right now trying to put things, in place and get rid of things in my place so that I could move to a smaller space.
Okay. It's not, well, you know what? The best advice I can give you, Pam, is take action on your own behalf, because that's where it's going to come from. And I know it seems like you're alone. Virgo is going to do that, but Mars is going into Libra, which stops being alone and starts having help from other people, and that's in 2 days. Okay?
Oh,
so
I'm glad
Mars,
to hear that.
Yes,
you think
Mars and
move will help some if I go through with it?
I think that the move you go through is not a permanent move, and it's a temporary move, and I think that you're probably going to have another one, maybe two moves, depending on how the planets transit, and it will be, every move is a step closer to your ideal situation, okay? Just think of it that way, because it is coming, okay?
And I can't get the stability I'm looking for, and
I understand.
I downsized and sold.
Mm-hmm. I've downsized too. I totally get it. I made two moves. I'm now in this amazing place.
I'm still going backwards.
Okay, well, you're not going backwards. It's 2 steps up, 1 step back, and you are making progress, but it's not as fast as you would like, okay? But know that it is coming. In a year, it's going to be so much different than it is now, but you have to think positively, because negative will only bring negative, okay?
Right, I understand. So much
it's a real strong hit on your Neptune right now in your home and family, squaring Saturn, but it's going to be okay. Well, the Neptune is actually in trine to Saturn right now, which is why it's Jupiter squaring Saturn. But as Jupiter gets closer to your Neptune, I'm telling you, it's setting up for a much better situation for you. You have to have faith, okay?
It's got to. It really does.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to hear about your injury, too, because I have...
Oh, thanks. Well, you know what?
I just gone to the acupuncture doctor when that happens, and he fixes me up.
Yeah, I'm going to get another acupuncturist that's a little closer to where I live, but I'm going to keep up. I really like acupuncture. So anyway, just keep the faith, keep moving forward, take action. That's what you need to do, and do it on your own behalf. It will be there. People will come to support you, but you got to take action, okay? Keep a good thought.
All right,
Pam.
Thank you so much,
All right,
Shelley.
take care. All right, bye-bye. Okay, thanks for the call, and we ran a little over, but thank you, everyone, for supporting me. And remember, next week I'm going to schedule for 11 in the morning, and that's Eastern time. So I hope you enjoy it, and I think it's going to be a good change. So nice to see you, nice to talk to you, and take care. Have a good week. Bye. Thanks for stopping by AstroEnergy this week. If you would like to get a hold of Shelley Overton, you can get her at astrologerangel.com, on Facebook at AstroEnergy or Astrologer Angel. The music was provided by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com with additional music by Ironwood Rain. Check them out on the net at ironwood.com.